About 10 years ago, I wrote a book on 3-minute e-learning, and somebody told me, Ray, you're ahead of your curve. Yeah, I'm ahead of my curve. It's only recently that people are thinking of micro-learning and making content smaller. And I've always wondered since 10 years ago when I wrote the book, was simply saying that why is it that we're having this big content? And of course, I found the answer. The answer is that we are completely designed to deliver the ocean, we deliver a spray can of content to our learners without necessarily understanding what is valuable in the work situation. A second thing I discovered is that it is very hard for many of us to understand what is a priority learning. It's very strange, right? Because we get a PowerPoint of 200 pages and we convert them, or we do a training needs analysis, but our training needs analysis is still based on job task information on the flow 1 to 10, 1 to 10, let's cover 1 to 10. So one of the rules I would like to suggest to you is when you look at learning objectives, don't select any learning objective just like because it belongs to 1 to 10. Prioritize them. Which one really has a big impact on the job? What is the area that is oftentimes an issue of efficiency at work, or is a productivity problem or performance problem, as many people will call? How do you do this? You ask three questions, which is my favorite question. Number one, understand where are the error areas. Now, I know many people don't like to talk about errors. How do you avoid error areas? Okay. And then second question, number two, where are the areas where there's so much value added, which means it's worth their time. Why do you train people on something that doesn't really worth their time? So much waste of time. And thirdly, whenever there's content that is difficult to learn, like pilots, imagine what happened to Boeing or any other organization, difficult to learn, you need to train people on those life and risk situation, because if you don't train them on that, the risk might be too high. So you need to go down to this very specific definition so that you can prioritize from 1 to 10 which one you want to invest your time and effort. That way, whatever you present to the learner is become useful because it helps them with the problem, it helps them with the error, it helps them justify their time, it becomes worthwhile, they feel good about it, and thirdly, they're able to overcome problems or difficult content to do. So classify your content first and foremost before jumping in to developing a lesson.